Hello everyone. This presentation is brought to you by Redden Tax Service, your hometown accountant in Hastings, Pennsylvania. My name is Andrew Redden. I'm a certified public accountant and the owner of Redden Tax Service, and I'm here today to give you a presentation on the coronavirus related relief for retirement plans and IRAs. These benefits were enacted by Section 2202 of the CARES Act. So you might be saying to yourself, Andrew, the CARES Act was months ago. It was enacted back in March. Why are we learning about it now? And the reason is that with tax season coming up here in the next couple of months, there's some huge benefits in this section of the CARES Act that I definitely don't want taxpayers to miss. So it's just a refresher and maybe a little bit of a reminder that if you qualify for these benefits, to definitely take advantage of them. Guidance was issued on Section 2202 of the CARES Act with Notice 2020-50 by the Internal Revenue Service. And basically what it says is that qualified individuals can receive favorable tax treatment with respect to distributions from eligible retirement plans that are coronavirus-related distributions. And we'll dive into who qualifying individuals are and what qualifies as a coronavirus-related distribution in the next couple of slides. There it is, as promised. Who qualifies? So according to 2202A4 Cap A2 of the CARES Act, basically if you were diagnosed with the coronavirus, your spouse, your dependent was diagnosed with the coronavirus, or if you experienced a financial hardship, you do qualify for these benefits. So now what qualifies? Let's say that you met one of the conditions in the last slide. What qualifies as a coronavirus-related distribution? Basically, it's just a regular distribution from a qualifying retirement account. That's going to be your standard 401ks, your 403b plans. Those are both employer-sponsored accounts, or if you have an IRA, an individual retirement account, that qualifies as well. And basically the aggregate distribution, so if you have more than one account, you total them all up. If that totals more than $100,000, you have to cap it at the $100,000. And then that's it. So basically, if you took a distribution from a qualifying plan in the year 2020 and you're a qualifying individual, then you meet these requirements, and we'll be able to work with these benefits a little bit on your tax return. So what are the tax benefits? You're probably asking yourself, and there's some big ones here, and we're going to dive into each of these individually. The early distribution penalty is waived on retirement distributions. You can report the income ratably over a 3 tax year period, so doesn't all have to be reported in tax year 2020. And if you want to pay back the amount of the distribution that you took in 2020 to a qualifying plan, whether it's the same plan or another plan, you can do so in 3 years and avoid tax completely. No tax effects whatsoever on that. Excuse me. So additional tax according to subsection 72T of the Internal Revenue Code is completely waived. For those of you that don't know, if you're taking early distribution from your retirement account, again, whether it be your IRA or your employer-sponsored 401k or 403b plan, those are subject to an additional tax which is equal to 10% of the gross distribution amount. A coronavirus-related distribution, as we said, if it's a qualifying distribution and you're a qualifying individual, those are not subject to this additional tax. You're not going to face that 10% penalty for taking an early distribution. The next benefit we're going to discuss, ratably report income. So like I said, if you were to take a distribution in any other year, the entire amount is taxable in the year of the distribution. In the case of a coronavirus-related distribution, you can space this out ratably, so the exact same amount evenly over 3 years, the tax year 2020, 2021, and 2022. And basically, you're only stuck with a third of the tax burden in each year instead of facing the entire tax burden in tax year 2020. And basically why they did this is, it gives taxpayers a chance to get back on their feet. You're not repaying too much of that in tax. You'll be able to hold on to it for a little longer until you can regain employment or even recoup your savings. And the last thing, recontribute the distributed funds. So generally, if you were to do a direct rollover, let's say you have retirement account A and you're opening retirement account B, you want to move all of your funds from retirement account A to B, you could always do that. You can do that in any tax year, but you only have 60 days to move the funds from one account to the next. If it's a coronavirus-related distribution and you want to recontribute it back into a qualifying plan, whether it's the same plan or if it's a new plan or another plan that you've had for years, you can do that. Pay it back within 3 years now, 3 years of the distribution date, and you can avoid tax altogether. No tax to pay on that. So that's huge. If you want to, if you just need this money as basically a short-term loan, then you can do that without facing any tax consequences. So the last thing here, I wanted to make this video short, is how do you take advantage of these? If you're a qualifying taxpayer with a qualifying distribution and you want to take advantage of these, excuse me, you complete Form 8915E, the title of that form, Qualified 2020 Disaster Retirement Plan Distributions and Repayments. The coronavirus, the COVID-19, is the only disaster that qualifies for this form. So there's no confusion of other things that are on this form. It's only for these particular benefits. Then you attach it to your Form 1040. Let's just say that you don't have a filing requirement for 2020. You can fill out this form, again, Form 8915-E, and file it separately without your Form 1040. And of course, if you have any questions while you're filling this out or if you need assistance, my firm, Redden Tax Service, will be very happy to help. But until then, if you have any questions or comments on this presentation, I'd be happy to hear from you. My direct contact information is on the screen. You can always reach us at www.reddentaxservice.com, schedule an appointment directly from our website, or contact us through any of the social medias listed there on the screen. But I thank you for watching, and until next time, my name is Andrew Redden, and I'm the owner of Redden Tax Service. Thank you.